What's up, everybody? Welcome into Dodgers Daily, presented by DodgerBlue.com. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined today by Scott Geirman on Bucket Hat Friday. It's a new thing, Scott. What do you think about it?
I'm in. I'm here for it. I like it. Change it
All
up a
right.
bit.
I said I got this hat. I wanted to wear it on Gonsolin's start days, and the guy's been injured basically ever since. But hey, tonight we are opening up a six-game series against the Colorado Rockies, 7:10 p.m. Kershaw on the mound for the Dodgers, Cool on the mound for the Rockies. Before we get into tonight's game, though, Scott, you and I on yesterday's preview show talked about how the Dodgers were going to be testing out some playoff scenarios. And I feel like that's what we saw last night in the game. What did you make of the way that they kind of handled a number of those things? Obviously, the Graterol-Heaney piece we talked about, but then I liked Chris Martin coming in to close one inning and then staying in to start the next. Kimbrel in a low leverage role, David Price making his first appearance, a clean inning in the ninth there. So what did you make of some of the decisions last night?
I thought it was fantastic. I think it's exactly what we would, if what you've been looking for out of these last stretch of games has been to look for playoff scenarios, or just like we spoke about, or I've been really, one of my big keys is that I would want to see Dave Roberts put a lot of these relievers in roles that they could see towards the, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We want interchangeable pieces. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was as good as it gets. I don't want to talk about the offense. That's not what I'm here for. Graterol had a few bad contact hits, and then they rolled. Heaney rolled 6 punch outs, 4 innings. That's fantastic. He looked amazing, pitching with confidence. That's what you need to see. He can't pitch scared. He's a 2-pitch guy and needs to pitch with, a lot of conviction. And I think he did. And I think Dave Roberts had a really good night. And man, you're dialed in on Chris Martin. I'm here for that.
Yeah, he looked great. I mean, he gets the punch out of Machado again, comes back, struggles a little bit. The whip goes up a bit. Let me ask you real quick, just because this is the video, we've got some time to do it. The Graterol and Heaney piece, people are going to look at the box score, and they're going to have various reactions. I think I'll say this, and I'd love to hear your reaction. On the Graterol piece, he doesn't strike people out. So people saying, oh, it's weak contact, it's hits, bad defense, I get all of that, okay? And I'm not disagreeing. Like, I think Graterol got unlucky last night. My beef with Graterol has always been he opens himself to being unlucky because he allows so many balls to be put into play. And by the way, 2 of the balls that he allowed hit yesterday were 99.5 miles an hour or higher. So it's not like everything was soft. So that's my piece on Graterol. And then on Heaney, real quick, everyone's going to look at the box score, 4 innings, 6 strikeouts. It looks great. He struggled mightily in the first inning, which if you're coming out of the bullpen is the first. Like if that was a playoff game, I'm not sure he gets out of that first inning. He definitely doesn't get a second. So what did you like? I get that there's ways to explain away the Graterol piece. There's ways to look at the box score for Heaney and feel good. But I don't know if either of those is actually an accurate representation of what happened last night.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, Graterol, definitely, just like we spoke about, his speed differentials have never been there. That's why they've tried to incorporate off speed. I keened to him a lot of Kenley Jansen before he incorporated the, if you want to call it slider or curveball. A lot of that. A lot of it was the same speed. You didn't have to gear up or gear down for anything. It was right there. It's, hard stuff, upper 90s, but he just doesn't have a lot of speed differentials, and you can sit and you won't get beat very often, and guys throwing 100 miles an hour, that's not blowing anyone away anymore.
Yeah.
It's so prevalent in baseball now that velocity is what they're training for. On Heaney, I totally understand. He worked, he really had to work in that first inning.
Yeah.
And he had, I thought the Machado at bat was as impressive as it gets. Machado is, I know people have their reservations about Manny Machado, but he's one of the best hitters against left-handed pitching in baseball. He's superb. But that sequence, fastball up and away, and then, gets a swing, off speed down, and then comes the fastball up and in, locks him up. I thought it was fantastic. The piggyback situation with them, I don't know if that's what definitely they'll go forward, but with Graterol, you can't go in there and immediately give up base runners right away. Just like you said, in a playoff game, I think they're already thinking about getting him out of there.
Yeah.
So he might not be the guy.
And I mean, look, there's time to mess with this again. We might see that combination one more time. I'm not totally sure. But I'll just be curious to see if Heaney, the next time he comes out of the bullpen, can he get things moving right away? I think Graterol is who he is. He's going to have outings like this where it's weak contact, but it's contact. And so we'll see. All right, let's get into this one. My headline for tonight, Kershaw versus Cool, is really simple. Please, Clayton Kershaw, stay healthy. Please, Clayton Kershaw, stay healthy. Health, health, health. Okay, I don't believe in jinxes, Scott, which is why I'm comfortable saying this. But it was October 2nd, 2021, when Clayton Kershaw exited his final regular season start with an injury that would sideline him for the postseason. Now, the circumstances were a little bit different, but hear me out on this. Last year, he got injured in his 4th start back after a 3-month absence. He was clearly rushing to build up, which is why I feel better about this year. He was clearly rushing to try and get ready. This year, he's in his 6th start back, not his 4th, his 6th, and he's missed 1 month and not 3 months, and yet still. And so, for me, the headline for today is the Dodgers, you have nothing, absolutely nothing. I mean, nothing to play for at this point. Everything is clinched. The best record in franchise history is clinched. You know, if you want to talk about win percentage, whatever. Like, they have everything clinched. So get Kershaw in there, let him throw 4 innings, let him throw 5 innings, out you go. The only thing I care about, Scott, tonight is Clayton Kershaw leaving this game healthy.
No, I agree. Yeah, let's just, get through it. No, every time there's a close play, I hold my breath. With Freddie Freeman, hold my breath. Everything. Yeah. I want just bubble wrap them all. Keep it. Yeah. It's just, I don't want to sit anybody.
Well, and a guy like Kershaw, like, he doesn't need to throw 100 pitches today. Like he could throw 70, give him 4 innings. He got his work. He can go throw a few pitches in the bullpen if he really wants to, and then just move along. Okay, that's the important piece. So that's Kershaw. The one thing about Kershaw, he's been amazing, by the way, since returning September 1st. 5 starts, 30 innings, 1.8 ERA, 36 strikeouts to just 5 walks. Has faced the Rockies twice this season, though, and they were the 2 starts when he has allowed the most runs all season. June 28th, 4 innings, 9 hits, 6 earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. A month later on July 30th, 5 1/3, 8 hits, 5 runs, just 3 of them earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. The caveat being both of those were in Coors Field. Yep. Chad Kuhl on the other end, a 5.45 ERA in this one. Scott, you might remember him. June 27th, he threw a complete game shutout against the Dodgers. They won that game 4-0. He allowed just 3 hits and no walks. A month later, Dodgers lit him up, 3 2/3, 6 hits, 5 earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. But how about this for a guy trending in the wrong direction? In July, he had an 8.71 ERA in 5 starts. In August, he made 2 starts with an injury in between with an ERA of 10.8 in those 2 starts. And in September, 5 starts, 6.66 ERA. And so, as we're going to get to some props, I am out on Chad Kuhl. I am in on the Dodgers offense. So, one note about Kuhl, by the way, I found this interesting. Any Rockies pitcher, I say, well, okay, what are the home road splits? He's actually worse on the road than he is at home. 5.8 ERA in 14 road starts, 5 ERA in 12 home starts. So, that's the pitching matchup. Let me throw some game lines at you here, Scott. We're going to fire through these. The money line for the Dodgers tonight, minus 380. Okay, minus 380. That is massive. There have been just 3 games over minus 400 all season. The Dodgers are at minus 380. Rockies are plus 310. Again, I will never advocate for betting on the Rockies, but I will say this. The Dodgers have nothing to play for, and their primary focus is health, getting out of this healthy and getting guys in positions they want, and you can get the other team at plus 310. I'm just saying I'd think about it, okay? The Dodgers on the run line is minus 180. The total is wrong on the screen. It is 8. The over on that is even money. The over is intriguing, but I can't really bet the over there on a Clayton Kershaw start. Let me throw some props at you. You know I love pitching props. Chad Kuhl's strikeout number, 4.5. He has gone over that in 5 straight starts. You're getting plus 110 on over 4.5 strikeouts, so something to watch there. Kershaw's number is 6.5. He has just 7 combined in 2 starts against the Rockies, but the under there, you've got to give up a little bit. It's minus 135. And here's 2 that I like. Chad Kuhl hits allowed, 4.5. That's minus 155. You say minus 155. That's a big number. Well, how about this? He has gone over 4.5 allowed hits in 12 consecutive starts. 12. Okay. And then we've got the run line. 2.5 runs is Chad Kuhl's over under number, minus 145. Again, you're saying, Jeff, minus 145. That's a big number. 12 consecutive starts where he has allowed 3 or more runs. So those are the 2 that I like. Let me throw this at you. Here are my 2 picks, and then I'll let you talk and give me feedback here. I'm going to parlay the over 4.5 hits with the over 2.5 runs for Chad Kuhl specifically. I've got to make up some numbers there. Normally, those 2 odds would be like plus 180, but they're correlated. I'm going to give myself plus 120 odds there. I like that one. And then I like the Dodgers money line and over 6.5. That's an alternate total at minus 110. Scott, we're in a rough patch, so I need some good advice here. Are these winners?
Yeah. I'm gonna piggyback on that. Yep. I think the first one we did, I took my own route and I, blew you up all night. I was like, both mine hit. I should
Yeah,
have.
you did better than me.
Some money. Yeah, but I definitely like the Chad Cool. I like the over on both. 12 straight starts. I was just gonna bring that up to you. Clayton Kershaw. What was the strikeout total at again?
His is 6.5. So under is minus 135. Over, you're getting a little bit of plus money.
I'll take the over.
Okay.
I say Clayton Kershaw gets 8 punch outs today.
Okay, see, my concern on Kershaw is just, does he last long enough into this game? Like, do they pull him after 4 or 5? The other number I threw out was Chad Kuhl's number is 4.5. He has gone over 4.5 strikeouts in 5 consecutive. We know the Dodgers, especially if guys like Gallo and Taylor are in the lineup, there's some plentiful strikeouts down at the bottom of the order. Plus 110 on over 4.5. Do you want to take a good Chad Kuhl bet, or are you staying away?
I think I might. I'll wait. We'll see the lineup, but.
Okay.
I'll say 4.5.
And that's fair. That's the hardest part about doing these in the morning, is that we don't know who the lineup is. Like, if you're telling me Austin Barnes, Trace Thompson, Joey Gallo, Cody Bellinger, Chris Taylor, every single one of those guys is in the bottom of the lineup, I'm going to feel a lot better about over 4.5 strikeouts. But again, plus 110, so something to monitor. I'm not going to touch that. These are my bets for today. Give me the over on Kuhl's hits. Give me the over on Kuhl's runs. Give me the Dodgers to win, parlayed with the alternate total of over 6.5, and we get minus 110 on that one.
Yeah.
So
let me run one thing. Are you looking for more approach? Or are you looking for more result
in tonight's game? Approach, 100%. Yeah. To me, like, again, my priority is number one, everybody's healthy. That's like that. There's a huge Grand Canyon sized gap, and then we get to number two, and number two is, I want to see guys in the types of situations that they're going to be in the postseason. I like seeing Chris Martin, like I said, come in against Machado in a tough spot. That's a fireman role. Guess who was in the fireman role last night? Now, Evan Phillips unavailable, but Chris Martin does well, comes back the next inning, struggles. So it's like, okay, mental note, comes back, gives up a blue pit and whatnot. I like those types of things. And so for me, it's like, obviously results matter, because I think results and approach are very correlated most of the time. But whether or not they win or lose this game is like of the third or fourth level of importance to me.
We're spot on. We're dialed today. You and I. Yep, we're here.
Okay. Well, let us know what you guys think below. I mean, what are you folks looking for in tonight's game? Obviously, we would like to win. I think the Dodgers need to go 3-3 over their last 6 games against the Rockies in order to set the franchise full season win percentage record. So something to keep an eye on there. They used to play less games. That's why they could set the wins record without the win percentage. But 3-3, I believe, gets them to the number they need to get to as far as win percentage. So one thing, but what are you looking for? Approach? Are you looking for situations? Are you looking for health? Let us know in the comments below. That's Scott Geirman. My name is Jeff Spiegel. As always, we appreciate you joining us here on Dodger Daily, presented by DodgerBlue.com, part of the DodgerHeads podcast and the Blue Wire podcast network. You can check out Scott on Twitter. You can check out me on Twitter. You can follow DodgerBlue1958 everywhere on social media. Subscribe, ring the notification bell on YouTube. And of course, subscribe, follow, like, comment, rate, review our podcast wherever you get those. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go Dodgers.